Hey, what's going on, guys? Bob Mentality here with a video for you on my BYND trades I made. I made two trades here I finished, covered one up today and actually made a trade on Friday and swung a position over the weekend. And so today I just wanted to go ahead and review those and recap that for you so you can see what my thought process was going into it, how I read the price action, and what the result was. And plus, I wanted to talk about BYND anyway because this thing has been a cash cow since IPO for a lot of people, and I definitely made a lot of money off of it. And I'm excited for the future and what's coming up. And I wanted to talk with you guys about that because there may be another opportunity to make some money here coming up soon. So BYND, Beyond Meat, it's a vegan company or something like that. That's pretty much how far my extent towards who they are and what they do. I know that they recently IPO'd over here. That was on May 2nd. They IPO'd at $45, and you can see we ripped from 45 all the way up here towards, honestly, in pre-market the next day, 80. So, it's huge, insane parabolic move, right? Getting close to a double there from the IPO in just a little under 2 days. We moved up. And honestly, I had heard about the IPO, but I wasn't even watching this thing until we got close to breaking these all-time highs here, which I'll talk about. But we saw it rip up, right, pull back, form a higher low. And with IPOs, there's no chart history, so you have to give it time to build. So trading them can be more difficult than a stock that that's been out for a couple years, right? Because you have the support and resistance in the past to actually use as a reference when you trade. But with this one, we didn't have anything, so I didn't want to trade the IPO. It pulled back, it made a low. I was like, that's cool. We don't know how high it could go. I don't know, whether they're actually making money or not. I don't know anything about that. I'm just letting it develop some price action. So we see it come up here, breaks the high, and then we see a pullback. So when I saw this stuff here into 85, when I checked the chart, this was around the first day I checked the BYND chart, was when it went for the break of the all-time high here, and then it stuffed and then sold off. This was the day I set alerts. I set an alert for a break over 85, and I also set an alert for a breakdown below 60 because I just wanted to see, if it ever got back to 45, if it'd be worth a buy or something like that, right? Or if let's say it stuffed here, sold off, and then gapped down towards 50, that would be worth a long bounce, right? Betting that we're going to make a bounce around 45, around 50, the whole and half dollar marks. And 50 is such a strong psychological level. So that was my thought process. Well, the bottom alert never went off. So I didn't even pay any attention to BYND this whole week until this day right here, the 15th, when it broke through that 85 level. So what ended up happening was that's when my interest was on this thing, and I wanted to make some trades on it. The trades I want to recap would be the trades that I made that I covered today, and then on Friday, on the close Friday, the positions and trades I made on that day. So again, just for the big picture perspective, we had the run up and we recently broke the all-time highs. Now I'm interested. I'm very interested. Okay, I'm going to go to the 5-day now so we can break it down quicker. So what do we know about the price action? It's been grindy over the past few days, and here on the 15th, we saw a week open and instantly bought up. Okay, down here from 73 all the way up to a high of 92. Okay, so we moved 20 points in the span of just a couple hours, right? If that, and that was an insane parabolic move. A pullback, went for the test, the double top, and then a sell-off. When I see this kind of action, what that shows me is there's money to be made on both sides. Longs are going to make money on these dips. Shorts can make money shorting the parabolic, and I love volatility like that. And it had options on it, which made it perfect for me because that's been my main focus for almost a year now, really. And so we saw this pullback here in the close, and then this next day, I'm definitely interested. This here is the 16th, and the 16th, let me just confirm, make sure I have my days right, was Thursday. So this is not the day I took my position, but what happened Thursday? We saw it push up here into 96.78. It broke the previous high here of 93, 92. And then it ripped through that and then pulled back, right? It ripped through that and pulled back. Now, I did play this at the open. I actually bought the open and sold that rip, but that's not the trade I want to discuss today. I want you to see the significance of it breaking the all-time high and then stuffed right back down, and then consolidation right here around the all-time highs, which I mark as 92.50. So I'm going to draw a line there. Normally when you're looking for support and resistance, you're going to draw a line, at the peak of the price action. But what you'll see here is this 92.50 is almost like an average, right? It's a range. You could have marked the top and marked the bottom and then traded that, or you could mark the middle, which is what I did, because I wanted to see consolidation on the previous day's highs for a rip. And if it's stuffed, that could be a potentially bad scenario. So let's talk about the trade that I made here Friday. I'm going to go to the 1 day here. Oh, no, I can't yet. I'm just going to zoom in. Here we go. So we saw it rip up here, break those highs, and you'll notice it held steady. It had held steady all day. We'll jump over here to the SPY, and I want you to see what SPY did there on the 16th. You see here on the 16th, SPY did not hold horizontal. SPY ripped to the upside, curled, and then sold off into the downside. And you look back at BYND, and you'll see that Beyond Meat did not do that. It just pretty much held sideways all day. So what that shows me is I'm thinking something's going on here. Something's up. So why would we hold such a strong equilibrium and not have much of a response to the SPY? Because, you know, the majority of stocks are going to kind of trade along with the market, right? But this one didn't do that. So this is on my radar. After I sold that morning move and I was watching this consolidation here, I was definitely looking for a play on this, but I didn't want to take a play into this because I could have got long. You know, we are consolidating around that 92.50 level that I focus on so much, right? We were consolidating here over the previous day's highs, but I didn't want to get long after we just moved 72 to 92, you know, in a day, and then we gapped up and saw a move in consolidation. I didn't want to get long up here. I wanted to see a gap down along that, right? So now we'll move into Friday, and this is where my two trades I'm going to show you took place. So what I was looking for Friday, the reason why I drew this 92.50 line, I use it as an over-under level. If we were under that, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I can see this as a long play, depending on how we gap. Or if we get under that and bounce, I could see a short being taken into that 92.50. Or if it just opens weak, see a long up to 92.50. Or if it opens above 92.50, you could see potentially maybe a parabolic short around 96.78, right? Or if it opens above it and washes out, you could get a long off 92.50, right? So that's why I was trading around this level, and that's why it was so important to me. So we held a strong consolidation, and what happened during after hours? We gapped down. So at this point, I'm saying, okay, the bears have won out temporarily. They could trap into the open and the longs could rip it up to the upside, but the bears did win out after this whole day of consolidation. So what was I going to be watching for? An opportunity to enter short, because if you look here at the open, we curled up towards the open and then ripped straight up. That's what I was looking to take advantage of. What was my reference level for the puts? The reference level from the puts was the previous day's high, okay? So you can see that right there. So we saw this weak open, curl, rip up here. We went through the 92.50, and this was an extended move. I wanted to take some puts here at 96. I would have added if we would have got to 98 or 100 for sure, because that was what I wanted. But I did take some up here at 96. The puts that I got here, and I'll drag this over so I can show it to you here. There on the 17th, which was this day, it was the 95 strike puts. So I did get at the money puts. I just wanted to take advantage of a move back to that average of 92.50 I talked about. I got 4 of the 95 strike puts, and it was for the, I want to say the next month expiration. So it was on the 21st of next month of June was the expiration date I got. It didn't matter because, I mean, I closed them the same day initially. So I got 4 of them for 15. I exited them on that pullback here towards the 92.50 for at 16.50, and I collected $600. So I bought them at $15, sold 4 of them at 16.50. You're making $150 per contract, which is $150 per contract. Multiply that by 4, $600, right? And I'll go to the 1 day, 1 minute, and you'll see here we saw this push up here into that resistance area of the previous high a day. Sold off, hit the average right here. I'm holding. We got that flush, and I limited order and sold those things for 16.50. I wasn't done though, okay? I wasn't done. So now that we got that move, think about what would be the first thing on my mind. How do we trade around 92.50? So I was watching 92.50. We sold off here to pre-market lows, which looking back, that would have been an amazing long, but I didn't take it. We bounced, okay? We started bouncing up here, and I'm like, okay, what happened? We failed that strong consolidation. Sorry, guys, I'm zooming in and out so much, but we failed this strong consolidation. We gapped down, parabolic short, it got stuffed, and then bounced. So what I wanted to do was get short based off that 92.50 idea. So what did I do? We saw the move back up here towards 92.50. This pullback, right? It pulled back some more. This is where I took my position off. When we saw this all-out dump here, and then a bounce, I got in here. I'll draw a line at 90 so it'll be easier to visualize. Right about here. So when we bounced, I got my puts for the swing trade here into 90. Now, this was not a perfect entry. You know, it would have been better? That 92.50 that I've been watching this whole time. But I got in a little bit early. I was like, guys, we are going to roll over immediately. I just wanted to get in. Now, so I did take smaller size. Previously, I took 4 contracts. This time I dropped it down to 3 because I want to take smaller size because I wasn't sure if we would come back and just magnet to this 92.50 or not. Initially, we did. We came back, tested 92.50, which is in VWAP right there, pulled back, retested 92.50, and then gave it up into end of day. Because we failed that early on in the day, people wanted to get out. This was also the day that Citron Research, Andrew Left came out and said that he's short this, so that definitely helped. We sold off here towards end of day. At this point, I'm up on my position, closed a little bit strong here, then gap down after hours. So my first move was a parabolic short here. My second move, I got in this bounce here into 90, I got the 80 strike puts. Okay, why 80? I went at the money the first time and I went far out of the money the second time. Why? Because after we saw that reject of the 92.50, I was pretty confident we were going to get a significant wash. That's why I took the 92.50, but I wasn't confident enough to put a ton of size on, right? Like 10 contracts, just 3. So into the end of the day, I was up. We opened here Friday. We got to push up towards that 90 level. And 90 got stuff. We sold off, and then I sold my contracts there, sold my puts that I got. 3 of them, the 80 strike at $8.50. I sold them for $10. That's $450. So the total there, you're looking at $1,050, in 2 days between Friday over the weekend and then covered Monday. So that's how this trade broke down for me. I was out right here. On the flip side, I should have turned around and long. I was like, okay, this is overextended. I can get on the long side here because where I would cover is normally where I would enter long, right? And I wouldn't be the only one that thought that. But, that's just hindsight. It's always 2020. And so we ended up seeing a continuation to the upside here and just kind of chopped around all day, a week close here and close. But that was the trade I took, the first short here, and then I swung short overnight and covered up here. And that's what I took on BYND. I see we're already at 12 minutes now. I'm going to make another video, guys, and kind of talk a little bit more about, thoughts in the future. I can tell you right now, this is my main watch. This thing has been paying. You got to be a little careful because the options aren't as liquid. They skip around a lot as far as premiums are concerned. However, the IV is really high. These things, when it gets moving, as you can see, we moved from 91 to 83 within a couple minutes into the open, guys. You can make a lot of money on this, but you can lose a lot too if you're not careful. That's why you need to make sure you have your reference levels set up like 92.50. You need to make sure you size accordingly and you take your profits when they arrive. So I just wanted to recap that trade there for you. And if you guys have any questions or you want me to go over anything else, just leave a comment in the comment section below. I just wanted to show you kind of how I traded BYND. I know there were a lot of people who actually, instead of just setting an alert for 60 and ignoring it, actually were buying it on this pullback based off this previous reference low at $60. Those guys were the ones who really banked. I did some little stuff up here. They cleaned up on this upside move. Even the day I first started watching it, the day where it ripped from 72 to 92, I wish I would have got some of that. I ended up taking puts up here, but that's small compared to what the long side would have made, right? So there's a lot of opportunity on BYND in the future. I don't have any trades on it right now, but it is going to be on top of my watch list here heading into Tuesday. So also, guys, if you're interested in joining the Discord where I announce these trades live and we discussed our plans for BYND in the chat room, I have links for that and there's information for that below. It's on my Patreon if you'd like to join. And I also have a newsletter service where every night I send out my thoughts on whatever's hot. And also, I like the, Netflix, Facebook, Square, Apple, NVIDIA. Those are kind of my go-tos that I watch every day. But every once in a while, we get something special like BYND to make a couple extra bucks on. So that's it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. We're at 14 minutes now. You just continue to stay focused and develop that bot mentality, which is the trading mentality. Eliminate your emotions and trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.